The Galactic Military Academy's training grounds stretched across the crimson plains of Kepler 442b, where representatives from 47 species learned the art of interstellar warfare. Among them stood William Chen, a human tactical officer watching the survival exercise with growing concern. "Your species confuses me," chittered Zekthor, the insectoid weapons instructor, his mandibles clicking nervously. "That female should be dead already." William crossed his arms, a slight smile playing at his lips. "That's Elsa Rodriguez. Trust me, she knows exactly what she's doing." On the valley floor below, Elsa stood alone in the designated combat zone. The exercise was simple. Survive an encounter with a Kresh beast cub for 60 seconds. The Kresh were apex predators from the death world of Thanatos Prime, creatures so ferocious that even their juveniles could tear through reinforced titanium plating. Most cadets used energy shields, plasma weapons, or simply ran and hid. Elsa had walked into the arena with nothing but her standard uniform and an inexplicable grin. The cub emerged from its holding pen, a mass of midnight black scales, razor-sharp claws, and pure predatory instinct. It stood nearly 2 meters tall despite being only 3 months old. Its 6 eyes fixed on Elsa, and it released a roar that shook the observation deck. Every cadet except William took a step back. The beast charged, covering 30 meters in seconds, its claws tearing gouges in the hardened earth. The alien cadets began reaching for emergency transport buttons, certain they were about to witness a human's death. Then Elsa did the unthinkable. She dropped into a squat, opened her arms wide, and shouted at the top of her lungs, "Come here, baby monster!" The observation deck erupted in chaos. Translators struggled to process the phrase as multiple species screamed in their native tongues. Zekthor's exoskeleton literally cracked from stress. The Kresh cub reached Elsa at full speed, and then something extraordinary happened. The creature didn't tear her apart. Instead, it slammed into her chest, nearly knocking her backward, and immediately began making a sound that could only be described as purring. Its massive head nuzzled against her shoulder as Elsa wrapped her arms around its scaled body. "Who's a good apex predator?" "You are, yes you are," Elsa cooed, scratching behind the beast's auditory ridges. The cub's tail, tipped with bone spikes capable of puncturing starship hulls, wagged enthusiastically. William couldn't contain his laughter anymore. The other human cadets in the observation deck were equally amused, but every alien present looked like they'd just witnessed physics itself break down. Zekthor turned to William, all 4 of his eyes wide with incomprehension. "Explain now." "Humans have this thing," William began, still grinning. "We look at predators, creatures that could absolutely kill us, and our first instinct isn't always fear. Sometimes it's affection." "That is illogical," stated Veltara, a crystalline being whose species evolved in zero-predator environments. "The Kresh cub is a confirmed killer. It mauled a fully armored Bracthan warrior last month." "Right," William nodded. "But here's what you need to understand about humans and Earth. Our planet is what you all classify as a Class 12 death world. We evolved alongside saber-toothed cats, cave bears, dire wolves, and eventually domesticated most of them. We took apex predators and turned them into pets. We call deadly animals cute. It's hardwired into our psychology." Below, Elsa was now playing with the Kresh cub, throwing a piece of debris that the creature gleefully chased and retrieved. The beast that had been bred for combat training was acting like an oversized puppy. "Humans domesticated wolves into dogs," William continued, warming to his subject. "We keep reptiles that could bite us as pets. Some humans even keep venomous spiders in their homes voluntarily. On Earth, we have a saying, if it's fluffy, scaly, or feathery, someone somewhere wants to pet it. But the Kresh are engineered to be resistant to all known forms of domestication," Zekthor protested. 3 civilizations tried and failed." "Well, none of those civilizations were human," William said simply. The 60-second timer ended. Elsa was supposed to disengage and return to the observation deck. Instead, she sat down in the dirt, and the Kresh cub curled up in her lap, its massive form completely relaxed. She looked up at the observation deck and waved. "I think he's lonely," Elsa called out. "Can I stay longer?" The training coordinator, a venerable Thalaxian with decades of experience, spoke for the first time. "In 300 years of operating this academy, I have never seen anything like this." "Stick around," William said with pride. "Humanity's full of surprises." Sekthor made a note on his datapad with a trembling claw. Recommendation: never allow humans near classified bioweapons. They will attempt to befriend them. Probably accurate, William admitted. Down in the arena, Elsa had started singing to the creche cub some ancient Earth lullaby. The creature's eyes were half closed in contentment. Security footage of the event would later be used in xenopsychology classes as a prime example of human unpredictability. When Elsa finally emerged from the arena 2 hours later, the cub followed her to the exit gate, whimpering when she had to leave it behind. She turned back, tears in her eyes. "I'm naming him Mr. Scales," she announced. "And I'm filing adoption paperwork." William met her at the gate, shaking his head with amusement. "You know that thing will weigh 2 tons when fully grown, right?" "So?" Elsa shrugged. "Everything's bigger in space. Besides, he's a good boy." From that day forward, the Galactic Military Academy added a new note to human personnel files. Warning: species exhibits extreme pack bonding tendencies. Will attempt to domesticate anything. Supervise accordingly. Humanity had done it again, turning a test of survival into a demonstration of their most inexplicable trait: the ability to look at something dangerous and decide it needed love instead of fear. Mr. Scales, for his part, became the Academy's unofficial mascot and never showed aggression to another student again. Unless, of course, someone threatened Elsa. Then he was very much still a creche beast. But that, as William liked to say, was just another day with humans in space.